Hi everyone, today we're looking at house plans and elevations. So if you're building a house or renovating a house, or if you've watched The Block, they do things by plans. So you've got a plan of your house or your renovation, and you work from that. You can give it to a builder, you can give it to the people making your curtains, and they can help you get the materials that you need to build your house. And you can actually build your house. There's two things you get though. You can get a plan, or you should have a plan of your house, and that's a diagram of the floor. And you should have elevations, which are views of the front, the back, the left and right side of your buildings. So if you have a look here, here's a garage that someone's going to build, and the elevations are what it looks like without too much detail on it. So if you look at this shed here, or the garage from the front, it's a rectangle, got a triangle roof, and the garage door just gets drawn as a plain rectangle, nothing fancy on it, just the outline. If you look at the right elevation, so that means as you're looking at it from the front, you then went to the right hand side of the building, you can see that it's got, a shutter or a windowy thing there, but it's the shape of a rectangle. And then we assume a door, which is another rectangle. So if you look at the right elevation, it has a rectangle for the wall. It's got this rectangle where the window shuttery thing is, and it's got another rectangle where the door is. Now, if you just look at that side of the building and you just look at the flat shape of the roof at that point, it's just a rectangle. Now we know that in real life that's sloped, but if you just look at it in flat 2D shape, it's a rectangle. Now then you've got a plan, and that's the floor plan. Now on this plan here, we would put in some markings for where the front garage door was. We'd put in some markings for where the window was, and we'd put in some markings for where the door is. Now that's pretty basic bits of markings I've put on this plan here. But in a couple of lessons time, we'll have a look at the official markings that you would put on for windows and doors. So if we have a look over here in our example, this is actually question 1 from the textbook exercise. So when you do the textbook exercise, you're only going to do from question 2 onwards. And this says, the plan and 2 elevations for Eric's work shed are shown below. So this is a drawing, a 3D drawing of Eric's work shed. And it's got 2 elevations, a northern elevation, which means that's the view from the northern side, and a southern elevation, which is the view from the southern side. So if we have a look here, the northern elevation is on the side where north is pointing. And if you remember on your compass, you've got north, south, east, and west this way. So the dotted line shows that the plan's not been completed, and you need to complete the plan. So we say, okay, the view from the south, it's got 2 windows on it, and the rest of it's just a plain wall. So if we have a look here, they did kind of these weird rectangle-y things for the window over here. So we're going to draw 1 rectangle there and 1 rectangle there, and the rest of the wall we'll do with a solid line because it's just a plain wall. And it says now we've got to draw the eastern and the western elevation. So east is there, west is there. So now if we have a look, we're going to have for the eastern elevation and western on this side. The eastern elevation, but that's our wall. Now the roof, if you have a look, it's slopey on the sides, but back to our first side of the example page, that meant we just drew ourselves a little rectangle on the top. So we're going to have an eastern and a western side. On the western side, it shows we've got one big window. So let's just draw one big window in there. On the western, this is a door. So that's the door there, and it opens along that swing line. So on our western side, the door is down, I did it back to front. That's western, and that's eastern. That's confusing for you all. So western side over here has just got the window. On our eastern side, we've got a doorway first, and then we've got a window that's right over towards the edge of the wall. So your lesson today, or your exercise today, is to look at floor plans and draw up some elevations, and it's to look at some elevations and put them onto plans. So it's about becoming familiar with floor plans, and just be mindful of your east and your west. And if you make a mistake, it's not a great big deal. Just cross out the wrong bit and pop on the right bit. So if you can make sure you do that work, exercise 1203, and please take a photo and upload it into our classroom so I know you can do it. Thanks.